This is part 2 in creating accessible media. In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about screen readers, because if you can make a website or an application or document work well with a screen reader, it's going to meet most of the other criteria in the POUR model. So screen readers, like it sounds, they read the screen. There's a few things that advanced screen readers that those who are blind or severely vision impaired might use. First of all, it needs to be able to read the words on the screen, obviously. It needs to know what to do with a picture. So when it gets to a picture, it needs to know if it needs to say something to explain the picture, or if it can skip it without impacting how well the user understands the context or the application. It needs to be able to scan through things like headings, so that if I'm using the screen reader, I don't have to listen to it read the whole entire page if I only want to focus on one area. Similarly, it needs to be able to tell me what's a header in a table and what's just a cell in the table, so I can understand a table. And then a lot of screen readers could either also give like a summary, like how many pages something is, how many headings something has, that helps it so I can understand the web page without having to listen to the entire thing, which would be annoying. So there's a few things we have to do to make this work. So read words, we have to do this thing called optical character recognition, and I'm going to show you an example of that in our next video. Basically, the text that's in a document needs to be encoded as text and not just an image. It needs to be able to know what to do with pictures. That means that we need to make sure we set alternate text for it to read on the pictures. It needs to be able to scan through headings. We can do that really easily by using built-in heading styles in different web browser builders or document builders, because it already has certain tags that are going to work well with screen readers to tell it what a heading is. Same thing with tables. We need to use table heading styles that already indicate what in the table is a heading or the table head. And then same thing with web page summary. If we use the built-in styles, they're already tagged to work well with screen readers. Okay. And ultimately, for maximum accessibility and robustness, we want to do it in a PDF, so it'll work across devices. So there's a couple ways to try to test text-to-speech. One is through just like a plugin through Chrome, or other browsers have them as well. This is one I like. It's called Read Aloud, a text-to-speech voice reader. It's just an extension that I can use that can read a website to me. I'll show you an example of that in the next video. There's also tools that are a little more detailed that someone who's actually blind might use. Windows has something called Narrator, and that has more ability as far as skipping through headings and things like that. Mac has something similar. Phones have various tools. So it's good use to just practice and experiment with them so you understand how they work. So the next video, I'm going to focus on this OCR, and then we'll talk about images and headings and such, and I'll show you examples using screen readers.